Gemini, the twins, Gemini, the twins. Gemini, the twins, Gemini, the twins. You're twinning, Gemini? Anyway, what's going on, Gemini? If you are new to the channel, glad we found each other. And if you are returning, thank you for sticking with me, but most importantly, rocking for yourself. All right, Gemini. As I was meditating on your sign and energy, right, for this month, what I kind of got or what came through was for you to like slow down, I feel. Also, too, you may feel like this month, you may feel like very like in a rush to get somewhere. The best way I can kind of describe what was coming through, Gemini, it's like this. Like imagine if like you're driving a car, right? And you're approaching a stop sign, like 100 feet in front of you. There's no sense to speed up to get to the stop sign faster just to stop, so there's no sense to speed up just to stop. Very interesting, Gemini, how that came through. But that came through for you. Also, 2 songs came through for you as well. I'm going to list them right here for you. And the time 444 came up for you as well, Gemini. Okay. All right, Gemini, let's hop into your reading here. All right, Gemini, I'm kind of feeling like this month, Gem. You may be feeling like, like you may be kind of developing like a fear of adjustment or a fear of like doing things a different way. Because I feel, Gemini, like you've been working on something for a while. And it's been pretty good, in terms of it kind of working out. It just seems to work out. It's like you have a strategy going, Gemini, right? And you've been working at this. And for the most part, it's been pretty good, you know what I mean? So it's been like on a steady stream, or at a steady pace. But I feel like this month, Gemini, you may not want or you may not allow yourself to receive regarding adjustment and growth within this situation, circumstance, relationship, whatever it may be, right? Because it's like it's working, so then therefore it's like you don't want to change it, or you don't want to you don't want to compromise anything accidentally and then it risk it going awry or taking a left-hand turn, you know what I mean? But Gemini, that mindset is very limiting. It puts a limit on your abilities, it puts a limit on your growth, it puts a limit on also everyone or everything else involved in the situation. And that's when then you experience like stagnation, and you'll also like experience, Gemini, within this situation, relationship, whatever it is, you'll experience like the glass ceiling effect, And also too, Gem, being fearful or being apprehensive of wanting to change or wanting to adjust is also like a fear-based consciousness, or or developing a fear around adjustments and just change in general, which can manifest in many different ways in your life, Gem. Excuse me, Gemini, one quick second. Sorry about that. Had a cough. Anyway, so yeah, Gemini, I feel like this month, like I said, it's you have some apprehension with changing something, because it's like this: if it ain't broke, don't fix it, But in this case, I feel like you intuitively know that change is needed or that change is coming up, which is very interesting, Gemini, because you're a mutable air sign, so you're all about change, but the only thing is this, Gemini, with mutable signs. You are open to change, but it has to make sense, which makes perfect sense. But in a sense, Gemini, change and growth, and especially like ascension, or any type of like growth spurt, involves aspects where things don't seem to make sense, or it's all about allowing the chips to fall where they may, and then intuitively getting that hunch to change or to act upon like divine impulse. I hope that makes sense, where it's going to come in and surprise you in a sense, but in a positive way. And that whole process involves, Gemini, sometimes like it doesn't make sense, and nor is it supposed to at all times. So in me saying all of this, Gemini, what I feel like this month you're, in control of, or where you have delegation within this situation that you're involved in this month or whatever you're dealing with is really, Gemini, like you're able to, Gemini, have control or delegation over embracing the chaos of life and choosing to not attempt to make sense of something or things that are nonsensical by nature. Sometimes, Gemini, we must embrace the chaos. We must be open to anything that may come at us or that may come at the situation, because nothing is ever truly bad in a sense, Gemini, or there's never the wrong decision. But Gemini, if you fear making the wrong decision, don't worry. Just after you made the wrong decision, just make another decision to make the right decision. Never fear making the wrong decision, Gemini. There's no such thing in terms of there's no such thing as like coincidence either. There's no such thing as the making the wrong decision. It's all part of the path and part of your faith and part of, God's glorious plan for you, Also too, Gem, it's like you have delegation and control over like when change comes about, Gemini, when an opportunity to change comes about, but then sometimes our ego gets in the way and we don't want to change for whatever reason that may be. And we are given opportunities to, change or to adjust, whatever the case may be, before something kind of like falls apart or something hits its expiration date. And if we didn't take advantage of those little times or those little opportunities that were presented to us, we can't be too upset, Gemini, when something reaches its expiration date, and then we can't be upset at that, in a sense, if we ignored the opportunities for the change prior to the expiration date. Hope that makes sense, Jim. Also, what I can see like is out of your control this month, Jim, or what you don't have delegation over, or no control over. It's expecting, Gemini, and wanting everything to go smooth and to be very simple and easy. Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury, so everything comes very kind of quick and easy to you. You really don't have to apply yourself to a lot of areas of life. You know what I mean? So when things challenge you in a sense, sometimes, Gemini, that can build up like a subconscious want or need to fend it off. Maybe through like feelings of like false beliefs of yourself regarding like if you can't accomplish something or you're finding that you're being challenged or it's difficult, you may have like a subconscious belief that you are inadequate or you are inept or you feel not enough, So just to sum that up, what's like out of your control is not everything is going to be simple and easy, Gemini, and look at the challenge as a way of growth and the way of stumbling across your strength, And when things are difficult or hard or challenging, if you choose to fend it off or look at it in a negative sense or with a low vibrational perspective, what ends up happening, Gemini, is then in that process, you don't allow yourself to receive as well. Hope that makes sense, Gemini. Oh yeah, this month, very interesting reading here. Let's see. At the heart of the matter, you have the full card reversed. So let's see. Let's check that out. That's a full card reversed here for Gemini. Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, you have Justice, and we also have. Oh yeah, interesting. The World card reversed. Take from the center here. And we have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. Okay. Gemini, sometimes we feel like cheated out of a situation. We feel like we got the shit end of the stick of a situation. And we sometimes, in that process, we kind of develop like victimhood consciousness. and which leads to like poverty consciousness. What I'm trying to say here, Gemini, is that sometimes when we think that we got the shit end of the stick of something, we then kind of fall into victim mode where then it's like, well, I didn't deserve that. Like, why is this happening to me? And that's the thing, Gemini. Nothing is ever happening to you. It's happening for you. It's all about how you look at things. And when we look at things with, or we develop that victimhood consciousness, and it's real easy to fall into that, you know, as a human. But if we're in that mode or in that mind space or in that vibration, we then walk away from the situation with like hurt or shame or guilt or whatever the case may be. And then we don't allow ourselves to receive, Gemini, the plan that was there all along and the gift that was there for you all along. Sometimes rejection is God's protection, you know? Very interesting, Gemini. Let's see here. So, Gemini, we're going to do something a little bit different this month. I have in here, in this little pail here, a bunch of quotes from 4 very profound philosophers, Epictetus, Aurelius, Seneca, and Plato. So I have a bunch of just random quotes here from them. Let's see what has in store for you here. Oh, okay. Damn. I didn't even have to even mix it up. Pop right up. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Marcus Aurelius. Let's see. I'm gonna give you another one here. March 2020. Here you go. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer back, he was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone. By Epictetus. Very interesting. You know, what that's kind of saying, Gemini, is like if someone is speaking, you know, like ill of you or is like, you know, talking shit behind your back, you know what I mean? In a sense, don't, you know, it's not advisable for you to make excuses or to try and answer to that or be like, wait, why did, you know, X, Y, and Z person say that? And then try to inquire about it, you know? Because at the end of the day, if it isn't true, then it wouldn't affect you and it wouldn't be conversation about it, you know, it would be dismissed. And, you know, it's also saying here when it says, he was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone. What that's kind of saying too is when people say certain things that aren't true, you know, or half truths, what ends up happening is that, excuse me, I'm having a mind kind of little fart here. Hold on one second. Yeah, okay. When people say things that are like half truths or make things up or just talking shit in a sense here, they usually fail to mention other things as well, Gemini, where then it continues on the spiral of the whole talking shit, and then that's how lies get built up and half truths come, and then the whole situation just is a clusterfuck of situation. So there's no need. It's like this, Gemini. At the end of the day here, it's your truth, and the truth never needs to be defended. All right, Gemini, that's what I'm getting here for you for March 2020. Do me a favor, Gemini, if this reading assisted you or helped you in any way, go ahead and let me know by smashing that like button and also dropping me a comment as well, okay, and letting me know. If you'd like to book a personal reading for yourself, Gemini, go and visit intuitiveperceptions.com for all of your booking needs and services, and everything's there. You can also contact me and get a hold of me on Facebook Messenger as well, Gemini, and all the links to all of that stuff is in the description box below. All right, Gemini, we'll see you next month, and as always, God bless and love and light.